this morning. All right, welcome aboard, everybody, for what are we at? Number three? Number three of Campfire Chat. So we've got Gareth the Truckie.
G'day.
Shauno, Jason, and myself. So we'll just throw some stupid questions out as we've got the campfire going. It is dark. We have unable to do it this afternoon due to heavy rain and lack of fish. So let's just make up the questions as we go.
When do you do not go camping?
That's right. Never cancel on a forecast. But it did hammer down for a few hours.
So when you say, you know what,
well, if it was 2 hours ago you're at the boat ramp, you would have gone, I'm going home to stuff yous, because it was pissing down.
And I did message Sean yesterday and say, how's the forecast? And he said, what'd you say? It would take a government travel restriction to stop me. I am going camping. So
hail, rain, shine.
So
that's
right.
right.
Me and I was coming.
So let's come up with some last minute questions. Jason, have you or when? Not have you, but come on, have you left the bungs out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
Far enough that it went out, or still on the trailer?
No. The first time I'd done it, I was crabbing in the tinny, and I actually parked the boat, walked down, went, oh shit. Tried putting it on the plane. It was too much. I had to put it back on the trailer, drain the water. I could drink a beer by the time it finished draining.
And I'd say, boiled on it isn't amazing though. I've done it, like hands up, but still on the trailer, back down and gone bungs out syndrome. How much water, when you just drive back up the ramp, how much water comes out of that boat from that 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Tons.
Shauno, have you left the bungs out? Or when?
See, I've done, so my tinny, when I first boat ever did it with a tinny, and when I was working for a marine boat, I was borrowing a 5 metre fiberglass, threw her in the water. My son turned around and said, Dad, why are my feet wet? And by that stage I already parked the boat and the trailer, everything up, so I had to beach it, figure out what was going on, plug it back up, put the bilge on. 45 minutes later, we're home.
45 minutes later.
45 minutes later, yeah.
Gareth?
Yeah, look, probably my best one is I did actually launch it at Jacob's Well, and then immediately kind of beached it. Went and parked the trailer, and then the sun was rising. It was beautiful. I had a friend with me, so she's taken these lovely
I remember the
pictures
photo.
of me. Yeah. And my boat is actually sinking in the background. And luckily I realised shortly thereafter, and luckily it was shallow enough I could just reach around, put the bung in, bilge pump for about 15-20 minutes I think it was, and there's a beautiful picture of me with my boat sinking behind me.
It's not a question of if you have, and if you haven't, it's when you have.
When you will, yep.
That's right.
I've done it even in the big boat, and the worst thing is I forgot to put them in, and then I was loading other people's gear into my boat, so it sat there for 20 minutes taking water.
Oh yeah.
And it's when I went to leave, hang on, shit,
Something's wrong.
Then I had lost one, so I had to go back to Jake as well. Go get it by a bung and put it in, and while the bilge pump's pumping water out.
Yeah. So that's not a question of if you've left the bungs out. We've all done it, okay? Yeah. It's just a matter of when. If you're not admitting it.
It's almost a badge of honour, I reckon.
Oh, that's right.
If you haven't done it, you're fucking lying.
Yeah. All right, so we'll come up with the next one. Actually, I've got two, so make sure you ask me, okay? But I just thought of it here, but most funniest or whatever you say, could be humiliating, but boating or camping moment. I'll go first while you think about your funniest camping moment. But I've got two, and the one which I happened to be watching him was Gareth when we were up in the west side of Fraser. And I happened to be looking over at the boat when he dropped the anchor, and he still had the rope in his hand, and the anchor had come undone. And the look on your face was just like
that was AJ's boat, wasn't it?
It was right. It was like Wile E. Coyote, before he goes. Because I'm like,
Just the disbelief, because I'd done it like 8 times that day. I was anchorman, and then that one time,
It just dropped the anchor, and I happened, like,
It
of
just
all of us
looked
coming
right
in
at
the
me.
afternoon and anchoring boats, I happened to be looking and just saw the anchor go.
I'm pretty sure we're all on the
and
beach.
Gareth looking at the boat, at the road, going. And the other one, which I know it's humiliating, you know, I'm picking on jet skis, but we were sitting, I forget who was here, but we were sitting at the bedroom. Might have been afternoon, because we probably had 4 or 5 in us, or 6 or 8 in us, but old mate jet ski flew past and just hit the bank and just launched himself. Like, he was full over the hangers, and I'm sorry for that guy, I'm laughing at you, but that was a classic moment that lives in my memory of hitting the sandbank, coming through the bedroom on a low tide, which you don't do.
Yep.
And launched it. So
Oh,
come on, who's got their funniest moment memorable?
What, camping?
Camping, boating.
I'm gonna.
Oh, so not beat 4 drives camping?
Go camping, boating. Stick with
Okay.
camping,
No,
boating.
okay.
I'm gonna go with the first time me and Steve actually came on your trips.
The little tinny,
The little yellow tinny that could. So Steve so long story short, Steve saw the post that Brian put up for one of his first trips. I saw it, yeah, let's do it. We jumped on this tiny little Stessel yellow thing with a 15 horsepower that was chewing through spark plugs. We got to, where was the first one?
Wave break.
Wave break,
Wave break.
that's right. And there was, so me and Steve were trying to put this tent up, and then we got the insides done, realising that we put everything fucking back to front, and we're trying to get this fly on, and Steve said, they're all looking at us. Just get it done. I don't give a shit, just get it done. So we stabbed it all in, so it was the ugliest tent on the side. So.
But in the meantime, same trip,
Oh, that's...
was your boat had actually been dumped with water on wave break, and we're all down there emptying the water out of your boat while you do it.
And then after the second day, actually the second night, we had to come up to the bedrooms. I think we went through 2 sets of spark plugs to get up here.
Yes.
The
Yeah, I
motor
remember
was
that
rooted, but it took us.
Must have had a head gasket.
Yeah, it
Well,
was gone.
It was
Yeah,
gone. It was
yeah.
gone. But
Yeah,
I mean, it
died
was. I
after
mean,
that,
it was just
yeah.
awesome. So, and that's what led us to like, this is great. We need more of this.
Yeah,
More
we
punishment,
can
let's do
take
it.
the piss out of ourselves, so why not let everyone
Let's
else
just
watch
do it.
us? Like,
Yeah. So that was fantastic.
come on, Gareth.
Oh, crikey. For me, it's got to be similar to yours. Those trips we used to do to the bedrooms, and at certain stages in the afternoon, we'd all be sitting on the beach just like this at low tide, knowing the bedrooms as we do, and just watching boats come through with no idea, and we go 3, 2, 1. But having said that,
and I'm sorry that it is of someone else's demise.
well, see, the thing is though, my very first trip with you was at the bedrooms in my boat, the Red Rocket. I had no idea what I was doing. I arrived after dark. First thing I did was hit the sandbank, heard the cheers from the beach, and like, oh well, they're all there. and I did it another time, but I got there and had a bloody great camping trip, but I feel justified in laughing at anyone else who does it, because I've done it too.
We've all done it. We've all hit the sandbank. Jace?
Mine be out here at Jump Pin Millionaires. The old channel when it went close to the bedrooms. When Uncle Jim were out, and I seen 3 boats all get stuck on the same sandbank, one after another. We pulled up the pump yabbies, and there was one big boat that missed the channel, so he's wedged up. As we're pumping, next minute another boat's hit it. Then one's come out of Wally's gutter, and I'm going, he can't go straight ahead through there, and he's wedged up, and there was 3 of them stuck on, and we were just pissing ourselves laughing.
Okay?
Going,
Stand up,
what the
It's
fuck are they
always-
doing?
If it's not of your own demise, it's in true manner, in true Aussie fashion. It's like you can't help him because you can see over there that he's gonna hit the sandbank, so you
Yeah.
can't help but he hits the sandbank.
What's the name of those 2 Muppets from the Muppet Show? They're
Oh
set
yeah,
on the-
not sure,
Oh.
but yeah, I know
Yeah,
the
they're
two.
always-
They're up on the balcony. Yeah, they're on the balcony.
We were
yeah.
sitting there and they're heckling them as they hit the bank.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So keep this one a little bit brief. So closing comments, Gareth, for it's piss and rain. Here we are.
come anyway.
Mm.
What?
It did rain today.
We did get wet.
Yeah.
Heaps.
It's probably going to rain some more, but
Yep.
we're
Just
here.
starting
Quickly
to
now,
spit now.
But
But this is
Still
what it's
worth
all
it.
about. We're out here doing it. So
That's
cheers
it.
to everybody.
Well, that's it. I could have been sitting at home on the couch watching football with a beer, or with my mates having a beer.
Yeah, we listen to the footy here, so it's all good. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you on the
Yeah.
next one at Easter next weekend. Cheers.